feel like a dragon, and this is my hoard. If I were a dragon, I would definitely hoard manga. There's a lot of manga here. Is that cringy? Hello everyone, I am Sammy, your devoted manga otaku, and welcome to my manga space. Before getting into this video, I just wanted to quickly say thank you to all you lovely people out there that are watching, liking, and commenting on my videos, and subscribing to my channel. I would like to thank each and every one of my 66 subscribers. You guys are the best, and I really appreciate the support. Okay, let's get back to the haul. Today, I will be unboxing and hauling books for the month of April, and we're filming in my bedroom because I'm unboxing over 50 volumes of manga, and I want it to be comfortable. Some of the manga I'm hauling are unboxed because I ordered them from Amazon and they came in boxes that had other things in them, so I had to open them up. I will be actively avoiding purchasing books from Amazon in the future unless something is out of stock or the price difference is enormous. I made this decision because Amazon's packaging is garbage. They damage my books all the time, and Jeff Bezos is pure evil incarnate. One last note, I won't be talking through the unboxing portion of this video. I wanted to keep it very ASMR and chill for those viewers that prefer that style of video. However, in the second portion of this video, there will be words, as I am really excited to talk about and haul all of these books. Boom! Best of both worlds. Okay, I'm really anxious to open these, so I invite you to grab a coffee or other beverage of your choice and let's unbox some manga.
걸어갈 거야. 수고했어 기억해줘 모든 순간 너와 함께 걸어갈 거야. 수고했어요.
I hope you enjoyed the unboxing portion of this video, and without skipping a beat, let's haul some manga. First up, we are hauling a josei series I actually don't know a whole lot about, and that's volumes 1 through 5 of Something's Wrong With Us by Natsumi Ando. This manga is published by Kodansha Comics, it's rated 16+, and I found release dates all the way up to volume 10. I'm keeping myself in the dark on purpose with this manga because it's supposed to be a murder mystery story, and I don't want to ruin anything for myself by looking into it. In Meet the Weeb family's recent MangaTube tag video, Daddy Weeb labeled it as a revenge story thriller, and I don't think I've read anything like that before, so I'm super excited to dive into this series. The synopsis describes it as being spine-chilling and steamy. The cover art for these volumes is stunning, and the art style is beautiful. It seems to be universally liked, and I want to read and catch up on this series before I accidentally come across a spoiler, because you know, the internet. The next manga I'm hauling is a shoujo rom-com, and there are only 2 volumes in the series, so it's nice and short, and that's SP Baby by Maki and Joji. It's published by Viz Media and is rated Teen+, which is the equivalent of 16+, I believe. It's about a rookie police officer named Tamaki, and she ends up saving the Prime Minister's nephew while running to a job interview. Impressed with her skills, he pursues hiring Tamaki as his full-time personal bodyguard. I have no idea if this is good or not. I haven't looked at any reviews for it. From the synopsis, it sounds like it's going to be funny and cute, plus I like that it's a short series. To tell the truth though, I mainly bought this because it's written by mangaka Maki and Joji. Enjoji Sensei is the mangaka of one of my favorite series, Happy Marriage, and she also wrote and illustrated the josei manga Incurable Case of Love, which I've heard amazing things about. And with that comment, let's transition into the next manga I'm hauling, shall we? Incurable Case of Love by Maki and Joji is a drama romance series published by Viz Media. I have heard so many good things about this, so I splurged and purchased volumes 1 through 6. The 7th and final volume in the series is being released this month, but my copy isn't expected to arrive until about mid-April. The story is about Nanise. I hope I pronounced that correctly. Now, Nanise is a woman who's decided to become a nurse after seeing a handsome, charming young doctor save someone's life. 5 years later, Nanise's dream of meeting that same doctor who inspired her career comes true, and she gets to work with him. However, he's not exactly the prince she imagined him to be. Honestly, this sounds right up my alley. It's rated mature, which means it's going to have some sexy scenes. And I love me some grumpy manga boys. I am so thankful that I caught this manga just as it was ending, because now I get to binge the whole series at once. The next book is not a manga, and that's the graphic novel omnibus of Avatar: The Last Airbender, The Promise. This book is part of a series of graphic novels that serve as both a continuation of the animated series Avatar: The Last Airbender and a prequel to The Legend of Korra. The Promise takes place immediately after what transpired in the finale of the original animated series, which, if you haven't seen, I highly recommend you check out. It's one of the greatest TV shows of all time, with an amazing plot and concept that's entertaining for kids and adults alike. It has everything an epic fantasy story needs, including deep world building, complicated villains, lovable and enjoyable characters, phenomenal character development, and incredible fight scenes. Both my husband and I will be reading this, as Avatar: The Last Airbender is one of our favorite shows, and we have rewatched the series at least 3 times. We have been itching to know what happens next, and I'm excited to start collecting the graphic novels. I believe there are around 11 graphic novels to be collected, maybe even more. I also want to collect and read the novel The Rise of Kyoshi, because Avatar Kyoshi is a badass and I want to know more about her life story. I could go on and on about Avatar, so I'm just going to stop myself here. This next manga I'm hauling is a little experimental for me because it's out of my comfort zone, and that's volumes 1 through 3 of the dark fantasy supernatural romance series QQ Sweeper by Kyousuke Motomi. This shoujo manga is published by Viz Media. It's rated teen or 13 plus, I think, and is actually a prequel to the popular shoujo series Queen's Quality. I don't know too much about this manga, except that there are people who are called sweepers who have the supernatural ability to enter people's minds and cleanse them. The main female character in this story finds out that her powers and abilities are greater than the average sweeper, giving her the status of queen. I think the prequel is about her realizing her powers, and then Queen's Quality is what she does with her newfound capabilities. I'm not usually a fan of supernatural and fantasy manga, but I have made exceptions in the past. Blackbird by Kaneko Sakurakoji is a perfect example. I love that series so much. So I'm really excited to try something new, and if I love it, there is a huge continuation to the story that I can collect. This next manga is called Haru's Curse by Asuka Konishi, and it's a newly released Kodansha Comics manga. I think it was released in February, and it contains both volumes 1 and 2. It is a chunky boy. I was just browsing the web one day. I wasn't looking for anything in particular, and then I saw this cover. And I was also intrigued by the title, and I thought the art was very unique. But I immediately put it in my cart after reading the synopsis. This josei manga is about Natsumi, a woman coping over the death of her little sister. After the funeral, Natsumi reluctantly agrees to date her sister's fiance, Togo. But after the relationship develops with the passing seasons, Haru's memory lingers over them like a curse. Does that not sound amazing? It's supposed to be a psychological drama with a bit of romance too. I don't think this will be spooky in any way, but it does sound a little dark, a little grim, and maybe even a little sad, which are all things that I have been craving to read lately. Next up is another manga that's fairly new to the market. I believe it was released in January, and that's Mint Chocolate by Mami Orikasa. This manga is published by Yen Press. It's rated 13 plus, and the second volume is set to release at the end of this month. Essentially, this is a taboo romance shoujo manga about a girl who finds out that the guy she has been crushing on for months has just become her stepbrother. I bought this because I'm actually a fan of forbidden step-sibling romances, even though I don't own many manga that revolve around that theme. The Devil Does Exist by Mitsuba Takanashi is the first manga that comes to mind that I own when I think of a step-sibling romance. Marg Reads Manga included this manga in her January wrap-up video, and she said that she really liked it, so I'm really eager to read this. If you've seen my March manga wrap-up video, you know that I recently read Volume 1 of Kiss Me at the Stroke of Midnight by Rin Mikimoto. It took so much self-control and willpower to suppress the urge to tear open my manga packages and read the rest of this series. This romantic comedy is published by Kodansha Comics and is rated 16+. I purchased volumes 2 through 11, and I will be hauling the 12th and final volume when it's released in June. Long story short, this manga is about an honors student, Hinana, who on the outside is a serious, hardworking girl in both her home life and school life, but secretly she yearns for a fairy tale romance. Just when she thinks she's found Prince Charming, she learns his true personality is different from his princely image. Is this the fairy tale she was looking for? I can't wait to find out. I actually bought the first volume on a recommendation from my best friend. On BookTube, she is known as Jordaline Reads. I'm going to link her massive Right Stuff manga unboxing and haul video above, where she hauls over 70 plus manga titles. Check out her video if you love manga hauls, and if you're watching this video, then you probably love manga hauls. The next manga I'm hauling is one I haven't heard too much about in the manga community, and that's volumes 1 and 2 of Mieruko-chan by Tomoki Izumi. I'm pretty sure I pronounced her name wrong. I apologize. Published by Yen Press, this is a shoujo horror comedy manga. The third volume is being released in June, and it's rated 13+. The story is about a girl named Miko, who is your average, normal high school girl. And one day, she just suddenly starts seeing grotesque, monstrous beings that no one else seems to acknowledge or see. So, what's her master plan to deal with this problem? Ignore them, of course. Kinda hard to put theory into practice though when the ghosts know she's watching. I actually came across this manga on Imgur. They had a post with a couple panels from volume 1, and after reading them I was terrified but also laughing. It was a weird mixture of feelings, but I found it extremely entertaining. The monsters are literally horrifying, and I feel so bad for Miko because the monsters are always watching her, and if she looks at them or reacts to them, they start wondering if she can see them. So she has to be so careful to keep up this charade. In volume 1, I have to show you guys some of this imagery because it is terrifying. These monsters are drawn so well. I can't even. It's gonna give me nightmares. I haven't decided if I'm going to save this for October, since I was saving all my scary manga for Halloween, but I might just have to read this early. So, the great thing about your significant other buying and collecting manga is that you get to include them in your haul videos. These are volumes 1 and 2 of the DragonBall 3-in-1 Omnibus editions by Akira Toriyama. It's published by Viz Media. It's rated 16+, and I believe there is 14 omnibus volumes in total, which include all of the Dragon Ball and Dragon Ball Z series. Almost everyone I know who enjoys manga has heard about these books or the anime. But quickly, I will just say that Dragon Ball is about a young monkey-tailed boy named Goku who meets a girl named Bulma who is on a quest to collect 7 Dragon Balls. If collected and brought together, these magical orbs will summon a powerful dragon god that grants one wish. And that's Dragon Ball in a nutshell. My husband recently collected all of the full-color editions of Dragon Ball Z, but those editions only include the Raditz, Frieza, and Cell arcs? What's up with that? So he's decided to collect these 3-in-1 editions and start from the very beginning of the franchise. I've watched Team 4 Star's Dragon Ball Z Abridged, which is hilarious by the way, and I've watched the Dragon Ball Super anime up to the end of the Tournament of Power, and I absolutely loved it. So I think I will also start with Dragon Ball and work my way up to Super so that I can really get the full experience of the franchise. The next manga I'm hauling today is the finale of an amazing shoujo series that I've been collecting for quite a while, and that's volume 14 of Waiting for Spring by Anashin. This is a sports school life romance. It's rated 13+, and it's published by Kodansha Comics. This manga follows a girl named Mitsuki. She's socially awkward, she's just entering high school, and she has the humble goal of at least making one good friend, similar to the friendship she shared with her childhood best friend, Aya-chan. Even though she and Aya-chan have drifted apart, Mitsuki is excited to work at the cafe across from the basketball court where her and Aya-chan used to hang out. However, Mitsuki finds her little corner of paradise threatened when the Elite Four, a group of handsome athletic basketball players from her school, start hanging out at her workplace. It has been a long time since I've read this series. I don't think I've read volume 13 even. A part of me wants to reread the entire thing before reading the finale, but the other part of me doesn't want to reread a 14-volume manga series right now, especially since I have so much on my TBR as it is. I'm still undecided as to what I'm going to do, although rereading the series would be the perfect opportunity to write a review for this series. It's a decision for another day. Okay, I am really excited to haul these last 2 manga because both are titles I can scratch off my 2021 wish list. And the first I'll be mentioning is the shoujo romance. I gotta find it here. Daytime Shooting Star by Mika Yamamori. This manga is published by Viz Media, is complete in Japanese at 13 volumes. I am hauling volumes 1 through 11, and the 12th volume is set to release in May, and the finale's release has yet to be announced. So this is about a girl, Suzume, or Suzumi. We're gonna go with Suzumi. So Suzumi moves to Tokyo to live with her uncle. After collapsing in a park, a mysterious and handsome stranger brings Suzumi to her new home. She meets this kind stranger again on her first day at school, where she learns that he's her homeroom teacher. I recently found out that this manga might revolve around a love triangle. I say might because I haven't actually started reading this yet, and I could be completely mistaken. Now, don't get me wrong, I love a good love triangle, but when the whole series is about
who the protagonist will choose,
I always find myself disappointed, especially if the mangaka makes me fall in love with both love interests, because then I always feel heartbroken for whoever loses in the end. Nevertheless, I am still excited to read this manga. A lot of people seem to enjoy it, and I see people talking about it all the time. And the last manga I'm hauling today is highly anticipated, and that's volumes 1 through 5 of the omnibus editions of After the Rain by Jun Mayuzuki. This seinen manga is published by Vertical, it's rated 14+, and is an age gap romance. So this story follows a quiet high school student named Akira, and Akira used to be the star of the track and field team, but after an unfortunate injury, she had to quit the team. Upset and depressed, Akira stumbles into a family restaurant one rainy day and is served free coffee by the manager, a 45-year-old man with a young son. Akira is drawn to the man's kind nature and soon takes a part-time job at the restaurant. One day, Akira decides to tell the manager how she really feels, and I want to know how he reacts. I purchased this whole series mere days after filming my wishlist video. I don't know exactly what to expect with this series. All I know is that it's won awards and it has phenomenal reviews. A lot of people say it's very well written, it's supposed to be funny and charming, and I was surprised at how many reviews stated that After the Rain has the ability to suck you in. And that, friends, is the end of my April manga unboxing and haul video. I'm sure some of you have read some of these manga before, and I would love to know which ones you've read and what you think of them. Also, I was quite surprised at the amount of damage on these books. It's probably more trouble than it's worth to return them, but it's still the saddest thing ever to receive a damaged book. If you're interested in watching more videos from me, you can check out my end card where I'll have links to my most recent videos. I hope you all have a manga-nificent day, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye! This was a long day. I filmed this video in 2 parts, and it is now 10:30 at night. I'm exhausted. Time for